Hey, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be learning how to do parallel compression in Logic Pro X. So parallel compression is where you have the original version of a track and then you duplicate the track or route it and then you compress it really heavily and you mix that heavily compressed version in with the original version of the track. And you just get a little bit of that signal in as well, and it gives the track a lot more energy and punch, and you really hear the intensity of the sound. And this works particularly well on drum beats. It's also called New York style compression, and we're going to learn how to do it in Logic. So there's two ways. One that is based on a new feature that Logic introduced recently, where you don't even have to do all these things that you had to do before to get parallel compression, and another is where you actually have to route the signal through an aux. So I'm going to show you the slightly more complicated version first so that you understand it, and then the simple version which you'll find really quick and is great for beginners. Okay, so we've got this drum beat here. I'll just play it for you quickly. Okay, so it's pretty simple, but it works well and it'll serve our purpose here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to the send, and we're going to send it to a bus, whichever one's available. I'll just go bus 3. And then we want to turn this up to 0 decibels. So keep going until it hits 0, or you can just press Alt on the keyboard and click on it and it'll automatically go there. Okay, and so you can see here it's sending to aux 1, which we've got here, and so we're going to add a compressor to this. So we've got our original drum signal, which we're then sending to this, and we're going to put it through a compressor. So we'll turn the ratio way up and the threshold. And we want some really heavy compression going on here, and we also want a really fast attack time, so you can turn your attack time all the way down to 0 milliseconds. So we've got these settings good now, so we can close the compressor, and now we want to open up the mixer. And what we want to do now is we want to balance the compressed signal with the original signal. So we can do that just by using this aux fader here. Don't get distracted by this other audio track, that's just so you can hear me. Okay, so I'll play it, and now I'm going to mix them together. So this is without parallel compression, and then I'll slowly bring it in. And so you can hear the effect it makes and where it starts to sit well in the mix. Another thing you can do to make this particularly effective is to add an EQ to the heavily compressed part in your aux. And you can boost the highs and the lows, so the treble and the bass, and this will really bring it out in your track, and it'll add like a really good element of the cymbals and the high parts of the track, and then the solid bass and foundation with the kick drum, and this works particularly well and will make your parallel compression even more effective. So you can hear the effect that makes. So that's all there is to it for this method. Now I'm going to show you the easier way. So I'll just close up the mixer again. So we've got our drum sound. I'll get rid of the send. We don't need to send it to anything, so I'll go no send. And so you can see there's absolutely nothing on this track at the moment. All we need to do is go to a compressor, add it, and then we can dial in the same kind of harsh settings that we would for heavy. And put in the fast attack time just like last time, and then you can see Logic has added this mix knob. So you won't have this if you're running a really old version of Logic, but if you're on like the most recent version you definitely have it. So right now the mix is at 100%, so 100% of this compressed signal is making up what you get out of the compressor. Whereas if we set this as 50%, half of what you get out will be the original signal and half of what you get out will be the compressed signal. So we probably want to set this at like 30% or whatever you want. You can listen for it, and then this gives us the exact same effect as before, but it only takes 2 seconds to set up. So you can hear what this sounds like too. So it can start to really set well, really sit well and bring out the energy in your track. But you don't get the benefit of being able to EQ the compressed version. So that might be a reason that you want to use the other method. So I hope this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you subscribe to my channel, give the video a like, and comment if you have any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And make sure you head over to my website for heaps more cool stuff.